Okay, everyone. For this week's Show Me the Aiki, we're going to go a little more casual. I just basically Googled the word Aikido and went to the video section, and then kind of scrolled past anything that's not a demonstration, basically, or had some clickbaity nature to it. And the first one that came up was this clip, which seemed pretty standard to begin with, but as I watched it, there was some interesting things in here. So we're just going to go through it, and I'll just basically say what I think about it. So starts out again. This seems like a very Yoshinkan type of stance here. This guy's starting off with. So he and it looks like there might be a picture of Gozo Shioda back there. So I'm pretty sure it's Yoshinkan. But yeah, it's just a standard kind of Ikkyo Urawaza, but then he goes into some other kind of locks, and I just thought it was something different. So he goes through this a few times, and I think this is kind of meant to be more of an instruction type of scenario, but here he's got the sweatshirt on, so I don't know if that means he's out of the standard hakamangi, if that means this is more of a out of curriculum type of application or street application, but it seemed just as good to me. Got some nage or shimewaza, some chokes here. So standard entrance, but he uses the elbow lock from underneath, which I thought was interesting, to move Uke forward, and then goes into the choke. So basically an Ariminage, but probably what you do if you got to do an Ariminage situation on the street, and you wanted to incapacitate someone, you'd probably turn it into a choke 9 times out of 10. So interesting. A lot of kind of standard transitions. You can move most things into a Kodagaishi if you wanted to. And then the Uragarami pin at the end. I would probably go more neon belly if it were me, but again, it seems to be working fine for him. So well, another thing I noticed is the way he kind of moves. Seems a lot, from what I've seen. I haven't studied a lot of Yoshinkan stuff, but it seems like a very those kind of small, tiny steps, Gozo Shioda type, kind of taking a tiny, lots of tiny steps for positioning. Keeps you, reduces the likelihood that you're going to lose your balance. Keeps you centered, etc. So I could see the value of it, or the use of it. But yeah, it seems very Yoshinkan, all of this. Standard Shihonage. This guy's name is Volodymyr, so I assume it's an Eastern European type dojo. I'll put a link to the video, of course, in the post. And it seems like he's kind of using a lot of step-by-step to kind of use this as an instructional video, but what I'm seeing here is that there's this thing here, this hand. Yeah, so he's using a lot of his cross-body connection to drive things. So it's not just putting the source of power, at the point of contact up there. There's a integrated full body use as evidenced by the other hand. So same thing here. Scroll it back. It's putting this hand here. Using that hand, even though that's not the point of contact, he's using it to integrate his body here, so that he's driving with the whole body to create this force right here. So I like what I'm seeing here with that. I'll say that I don't love everything about what he's doing, but again, there's a lot of good spots here. There's a lot of little gems. I'm going to try to focus on the positives. we have a tendency to be very critical in this world of non-competitive, analysis. So I'm going to kind of stick to the things that I like. This is an interesting use of the basically an Ikkyo, but he's using I guess more of an Ikkyo lock at the wrist lock to kind of, and then putting pressure on the elbow here to drive. So those are much more practical than just trying to use the arm. And again, you see the same, this hand right here, kind of spreading out and stretching the tissues to create a lot more stability in the motion. And of course, I'm going to the Kotegaeshi too. Always an option. This seems to be a class, and here we go, yeah, confirmation. This is definitely a Yoshinkan style dojo. Seems to be teaching at this point. Oh, one thing I also liked is you can see this Suburito on the wall here. I like that. Anybody uses that as developing some connected body. Internals, strengthening their internals. Okay, so a lot of this is similar type of techniques, so we'll end it here. But this is again Volodymyr. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try. But we'll just say Volodymyr Sensei. And thanks for your post, and we'll be looking at more of this.